What's shaking, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Raider Nation Unlimited. I'm your man, Wasted Talent, man. Got a few things to get into. First things first, though. Raid, something came up with Raid. We might have to reschedule. He's going to pull up if he can. You know what I mean? So y'all might just be stuck with me by myself today, man. You know, I'm sorry. I don't mean to be like doing false advertisement, man. But, I jumped the gun putting the thumb out. I think my man might be a little, he might be behind the 8 ball a little bit. So, I'm going to get this show going. I hope y'all hang out with me. You know what I mean? Because, listen, man, I need the energy in here. But while y'all in here, before we get started, pay that tab. You know what I'm saying? Hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button. You know what I'm saying? And tell a friend, man, to get this shit going. But, y'all, we got a lot of shit to go through today, man. A lot of shit to go through. We're going to go through, what our organization is going to look like this year because, I was kind of looking at the cap numbers and looking at a whole bunch of other shit, right? And what I realized is this. Our top guys are all on contracts that are advantageous to the team. And you kind of forget this. And the way you win in the National Football League is either you have a quarterback that's on a rookie deal and you build the team around that quarterback and you try to get to the Super Bowl and then you try to hold on from there, right? See, Kansas City Chiefs are about to go through this now. They have to pay Patrick Mahomes, but they got their Super Bowl. Now they're going to have to try to fill a roster in with that monster of a contract. But see, this is the reason why I've coined this year the Raider Equinox. And salutations to everybody in the chat, man. Y'all, I'm so glad y'all pulled up on me today, brother. Thank you. Squad Champ, new subscriber, my brother, welcome to the family, my brother. Welcome to the family, man. Everybody get wasted, man. Like I said, man, pay that tab. But like I said, we're in a weird situation now, as an organization, because the reason why I call this the Raider Equinox is that our top 6 guys, Carr, Waller, Renfro, Miller, Josh Jacobs, and Hunt and Max Crosby, they're all on like team-friendly deals. Like Derek Carr is set to make $19 million this year. Colton Miller's a fucking damn near all-pro left tackle, only making $16 million. Darren Waller's only making $7 million. Guys that are at his position, like George Kittle's, are making like $14-15 million a year, right? Then Josh Jacobs making a little over $3.5 million. Mad Max is making $4 million. I mean, a fucking left, defensive end like him, a right defensive end like him can fetch anywhere between $25 and $30 million a year. And Hunter Renfro is woefully underpaid. He's only making $2.6 million. So when we look at it, these guys right now are in the best situation to decide how the organization is going to go forward, who they're going to pay. Because in 2023, the Raiders are looking at $153 million in free cap space. So now the important thing we have to see is how are we going to move forward? Because if we do certain things, our Super Bowl window will open and close almost immediately. Almost immediately. You know what I mean? So we really, 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 really have to really look at this. Derek Carr deserves every dollar that he gets. He's done very, very well. But Derek Carr needs to make a decision as well. Derek Carr needs to make those Tom Brady decisions, because if it's all about winning, he's got to make a decision on what he's going to do with his contract moving forward, because you can't build this team with all these young pieces that are going to have to be paid in 2023 with a quarterback with a $40 million $45 million fucking contract. It's just not gonna happen, man. It's not gonna happen. You know, Colton's deal is still new, but you still got to pay Max Crosby. You still got to pay Darren Waller. You still have to pay, I mean, Hunter Renfrow, for God's sakes. It's almost fucking robbery for that guy to get paid what he's getting paid. And then, we can't really talk about what other teams got going on, because you got other teams, right, that they're 3 years off from that. We're talking about Herbert, but they're 2-3 years off from that. Rashawn Slater and all of them guys, they're beyond that. They're in way better shape than us. Way better shape than us. So what we got to look at is, if Derek wants to win, how are they going to move forward? Like, do you draft a quarterback and have him sit for a year, and then hopefully you groom him to be the next guy so you can reset the Super Bowl window? Or do you give Derek money, and then the Super Bowl window that was open immediately kind of closes? Because now it's like, okay, you pay Derek, you pay Max, then everything else is up in the air, is up for grabs. So, I really want to talk to you guys about, what do you think the best course of action is? Like, I was kind of looking at what was going on, and I'm like, well, you got a mixture of free agents that I got my eye on, and, you got a lot of young talent in the draft this year. But for the Raiders to win within the next 2 to 3 years, they have to fucking knock it out of the park, man. They have to knock it out of the park. Tosh Schoenfield, man, thank you for subscribing, man. Yo, welcome to the family, brother. Welcome to the family. I appreciate you, man. Marvez 64 wasted. Opinion on restructure extension deal with Carr. That's what we unpacking right now. That is what we're unpacking now. So my thing is like, it's to put up a shut up year for Derek. He said he has enough money. He just wants to win. Now it's time for Derek to make that decision. And I'm going to be honest with you. That is how I feel like we decide whether we keep him going for now and forevermore. Because, the one thing about this job that was attractive is that, that you've located the quarterback. They located your quarterback. So, now it's up to Derek to say, listen, I'm going to have to make them Tom Brady moves. And I hope that this new regime can convince him of the value of that. Because let me tell you something, man. And I know you guys are going to laugh at me. But if Derek Carr wins a Super Bowl, just one Super Bowl, and continues on the trajectory he has numbers-wise, Derek Carr will be at the doorstep of the Hall of Fame, to be honest with you. If Derek Carr goes and continues to play the way he's been playing, and wins a Super Bowl and be the reason for that, Derek Carr will be in consideration for that. That's how life-changing it is. Winning makes you immortal. Like, Eli Manning has had a pedestrian career as far as winning, right? But he had the numbers, and he won 2 Super Bowls and 2 Super Bowl MVPs. And eventually he's going to go to the Hall of Fame. And I know a lot of people are going to say, no way. But yeah, that's what happens when you're a quarterback and you win a Super Bowl. Because the way you decide how you put someone in the Hall of Fame is, can you tell the story of the National Football League without these people? You can't. You can't tell a story of the National Football League without Eli Manning. And conversely, if Derek wins, and you know what? I go back and forth with this, man, because I have a lot of respect for the man. But let me tell you something, man. I believe, giving him the right circumstances and give him the right pieces, I think Derek can win a Super Bowl. I really do. But the thing is, it's really on him, man. And it's a two-pronged thing. He's got to take a haircut financially. There's no way you're going to be able to stop this roster if Derek is making $42 million every year. It's just not going to be possible, man. See, listen, Sean Johnson, the difference between a guy like a Nick Foles, and I'm going to put this because, I don't want to get too deep in the minutia of this, right? Nick Foles won't go into the Hall of Fame because Nick Foles was a backup for his whole career, and he had, a good run in the playoffs. Trent Dilfer won't go to the Hall of Fame because he had a good run one year. Well, we're talking about a long-time 10-year starters that have fucking phenomenal careers. You know what I mean? Derek, numbers-wise, has had a phenomenal career. And if he can get on the winning side of things for the last half of his career, the story of the National Football League will be told differently. Because that's what it's all about, right? This is the Raider equinox. And I've coined that. You hear that shit from anybody else, they stole it from Wasted. But I'm going to tell you right now, man, this is the time that the Raiders' fortunes, I see, changing around drastically if the right decisions are made. Now, these are two things I think the Raiders are going to need to do going forward. One, they're going to have to talk to Derek early and see what his intentions are contract-wise. Once you get him into place and get him in an advantageous contract for the team, just in case he doesn't play well. And also what you're going to have to do this offseason is draft a young quarterback somewhere in the 3rd or 4th round that has a lot of upside and talent and groom that kid just in case it gets to a point that you have to pay Derek an absorbent amount of money, and then you have a kid that can be your future and you can move on. Now, that's the best case scenario for me. Now, I know there's a lot with that, but we have a quarterback draft where we got a lot of question marks in this quarterback draft. But the law of averages tells you that it will be one of these quarterbacks that are a solid starter, right? It kind of reminds me of the year that Derek was drafted. Derek was drafted in the 2nd round. There was a lot of question marks on the guys who got drafted ahead of Derek Carr, the Teddy Bridgewaters of the world, all these guys. But he was the one that was drafted in the 2nd. He's been the best one out of the lot. You understand what I'm saying? So this is a weaker quarterback draft. You know, I watched the Senior Bowl. I saw Kenny Pickett with his 8-inch hands. You know, they're the only quarterback in the history of the National Football League who's ever started with sub 9-inch hands is fucking Michael Vick. And I don't ever think that I would confuse Kenny Pickett for Michael Vick. He has weak arm talent. I think he really hurt himself in the draft. Quentin Booker, man, welcome, my brother. Welcome.
What up, man?
What's up, E? What's going on, man? Listen, man, we got another young legend up in here, man.
What's
You
up?
know,
What's up?
listen, my guys are holding me down because, you know, listen, I don't like being alone all the time, man. I can do this thing alone, but I don't like being alone. So I appreciate you pulling up, Eric, man.
Thank you for having me, man.
No problem, bro. Listen, man, do me a favor, put your link in the chat so we can share it out so everybody can, you know, we can do this thing like how Docs did with me, man. Make sure your channel grows. Not like my channel was no big shit or nothing like that, but you know what I'm saying? If I can help you grow, I'll do whatever I can, right?
I appreciate it, man.
Listen, what we were unpacking was, you know, what I was saying to all of the fans in here, bro. I was saying that, you know, right now our Super Bowl window can effectively either open or close based off of one decision, and that's the Carr contract.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because right now we currently have our nucleus of our team on team-friendly deals. And this is the last year that's going to be. So my thing is like, yo, if Derek gets the monster deal, I don't know, man. The Super Bowl window kind of closes because now you got to get bargain basement guys. Because the way you win in the National Football League is get a quarterback on a rookie contract, fill a team out with a lot of talent, and win within that little 4-year window while that guy's making his ascension up the ranks, right? But when you have an established star quarterback like Derek Carr, who's been in the league damn near 10 years, it's got to be a choice of his to take a haircut to build a team around him. It's got to be his choice. You know what I mean? And then you as a team, you have to have your fan base primed and ready for the drop-off in quarterback play. Yeah. So the only thing you can fucking build on is the currency of hope. And that's why I was saying that the Raiders probably need to draft a quarterback, you know, this year. And I'm not saying with the number 1 or the number 2 pick, maybe in the 3rd round, maybe one of them guys like Sam Howell fall, but they need to draft a young quarterback and get the grooming right now. That's a need right now, man. So what say you, Eric?
Yeah, man. A lot of people know me as, you know, a Carr supporter, a Carr stan, and I would love to keep Carr, but I also said this in my lives where a lot of our questions are going to be answered about him this year, man. I think they're going to finally build around him regardless of what happens. And if he doesn't fail, we need a plan B. And you said it all. That's the plan B. Get a rookie quarterback that's going to be behind him, learn, and then we should be ready if we have to go to plan B. But if he has a stellar year, then you know, we go with plan A, which is Derek Carr, and then seeing what we do with extending him. But we need a plan B. Whenever there's a plan A, you need a plan B, and the plan B is getting a rookie quarterback just in case things don't go our way. Because at the end of the day,
not to cut you off, Eric, I gotta say something real quick. Yo, y'all see this young man? You see how articulate this young man is? Yo, he's out here moving. Like, please go over to his channel,
I
Please
appreciate it, man.
subscribe, y'all. The link is right there in the chat. I didn't mean to cut you off, but
Oh
I
no, you
don't want
good.
it to get lost in the comments. Guys, please go and subscribe to our brother, man. Support our brother.
I appreciate it.
Thank you. You go ahead, man. I'm sorry, brother.
Yeah, no, I was just saying, man, we always need a plan B, and I'm gonna keep saying it, you know. So the plan B is perfect how he said it. We need a rookie quarterback to sit behind just in case, even if plan A works, right? We'll have a rookie quarterback that down the line, once Carr's kind of, done, boom, we got that guy ready to go. So
Yeah, definitely. Hey,
yeah.
Papa T. See, this is the thing, man. Just because you draft a guy in the third round this year does not mean that you can't draft one the year after, man. Where does it
Hmm.
say? Where's that written down in stone that you can't draft a stud quarterback at the top of the draft if you're in a position to? The thing is that you have to constantly draft quarterbacks until you get them. It's like fucking the death by a thousand cuts. You have to make sure that you have a guy that people are willing to buy into, because this fan base, what they're not going to do is this fan base is not going to put up with us getting rid of Derek and then having some fucking journeyman bum
Yeah.
at quarterback. This fan base we've gone through enough with bad quarterback play. We will never go back. And that's the one thing Derek Carr has spoiled us, man, for all of
Hmm.
the mistakes and for all of the fucking downturn, for all of the stuff that you could say about Derek Carr. He has spoiled us because we know that 90% of the time he won't be the reason we lose.
Hmm.
You know, it was years and years, like 10 years, man, where we had guys that we were just praying to get fucking 13 or 14 points. 21 points, like, goddamn, maybe we can win today. You know with Derek that he is definitely not gonna fucking lose. And yo, EC Everett, bro, bro, I was screaming from the mountaintops for the Raiders to draft Davis Mills. Screaming from the mountaintops, bro. And
He's
now
good.
I think the Texans got their quarterback of the future. Davis
Hell
Mills
yeah.
was a beast, bro. I was screaming for them to do that. See, that's what I'm thinking. You have to think, you have to be forthright and forthcoming with the quarterback that you got there, man. When you got a guy that thinks he's a fucking guru, that's why all of the years with John Gruden coaching his team really set us back, man. And I hope, Josh McDaniel and the new regime can turn around what happened, bro, because, bro, we had a boomer running our organization, bro. Football, every 5 years, football takes a step forward. Within that time, John Gruden was making chip and dip commercials and talking on TV and trying to impress people with his rhetoric. And then we
Yeah.
get this guy and bring him back, and he fucking railroaded our organization, man. He really did, man. Like, everybody loves Chucky, loves him, loves him, loves him. I say fuck Chucky because he fucked the Raiders up, man. He really did. This fan base should not welcome him back fucking warmly, bro. The best thing that ever happened at first, when it first happened, I said this like 2 or 3 times. I was like, oh, that's the NFL fucking with us. We're fucked because we didn't have a coach. But on a real, man, that's the best thing that ever happened for the Raiders. I almost think Mark Davis was the one that was like, hey, yo, Raj, do me a favor, bro. Could you release that one email? when Groot, just make sure it's a little racist. You know what I mean? Because let me tell you something, bro. The best thing that ever happened to us is John Gruden leaving. Trust me.
Yeah.
Trust me. That guy's a boomer. All of them, bro. Think of all of the draft picks that this guy had, man. Fuck just having a first round pick again. Yo, my man 1 year had 3 first round picks. 2 the next year. Another one. The one before that. Yo, Colton Miller was on the roster, and we got Cleveland Farrell, Josh Jacobs, and John Abraham, who both probably are not going to be on the roster.
Yeah.
Let's just call a spade, right? Hopefully,
Hmm.
this new. I think Klee has a chance because I think Klee has a really good, solid skill set. He's a smart football player. He came from a winning organization, not organization, but came from a winning college program. I think Cleveland Farrell. Watch out for Cleveland Farrell. I think that we're gonna get a lot out of him this year, man.
Yeah, we are.
But Eric, man, listen. So what I was doing was I was sitting around and I was constructing what this roster would look like in a perfect world. How
Okay.
would you construct your roster this offseason if everything fell into place exactly how you say? Now, we know we're going to have people in the chat that's going to be like, oh, that's not going to happen because he's going to be going in the draft. That's not going to be happening. He don't want to play. Like, free agent, draft-wise, do me a favor. If you got a piece of paper, construct your starting 11 right now, and then what we gonna do is we gonna walk through that, and I'm
Okay,
gonna
bet.
go through mine
Let
while
me
you're
go get a
doing
piece
your.
of paper then. I'll be
Yeah.
back.
Thanks, bro. But yeah, y'all, listen, I'm gonna read some of the chats while Eric steps away. I'm a little behind. I'm a boomer tech, so don't get mad at me, guys. Yo, Dirty and Hammer in the place to be. What's up, my brothers? Yo, listen, y'all know how we do, man. If you free, pull up with me. You know what I'm saying? I need y'all. Brian Hamlet, he's not gonna play for 19 million with no guarantees past next season. No one says he has to play for 19 million, Brian. But what he can play for is 25 with some slight guarantees and take a haircut so he can build a team around him if he really wants to win. Papa T, we should draft our rookie quarterback next year. Like I said, yeah, it is better, but you can draft one this year and next year, bro. It's no problem. Then you cut the guy if he ain't working out.
Hey,
Sean
Dirty.
Johnson, we assigned DB coach Jason Simmons, supposed to be as good as Ron Miles, even better. Thank God, man. Yo, bro, all these positional coaches and shit like that, bro. I'm just listen. I'm happy about it, but I believe it when I see it. I remember like when everybody used to talk about Jason Tarver back in the day, how great he was, you know. So like whatever. I want to see these guys when they get in the building. Wasted. If we draft a QB this year, who should it be, bro? See, to me, it's a value thing, right? There's only 3 guys that I would even draft anyway, right? So I would draft Malik Willis. I don't think Malik Willis will be there low in the draft. It all depends on the combine. I would draft Sam Howell, and I would draft the kid out of Ole Miss. You know what I'm saying? The kid out of Ole Miss reminds me a lot of Derek. You know what I mean? So I would draft him. But all the rest of these guys, like the Kenny Pickett's of the world, I wouldn't draft any of these guys.
Yeah.
Sean Donnie just up. Thank you, brother. Hola, Prez. Prez, my hater has arrived, Prez. Go fuck yourself, Prez. Thank you. BC Everett, if the Raiders, well, yeah, I got to this one. I see, guys, I'm a boomer. I got to get down here. What's up, Wasted? Great show, man. Thank you, brother. Thank you. So, Eric, man, you got your starting 11, brother?
I'm gonna have it right now.
All right. So this is what my starting 11 looks like, because we're gonna wait for Eric, right? My starting 11 looks like Derek Carr at the quarterback this year. We keep Josh Jacobs. We keep Kenyon Drake because they're perfect for the system. We go out. Shout out to my man Docs, Morgan Moses. This is an idea I stole from Docs. I know Morgan Moses. I didn't realize Morgan Moses was a free agent. We go get Morgan Moses, right? And what I'm gonna do is, guys, too, while we walking through this, let me share my screen here, and I'm gonna pull up the Raiders roster. You know, I want to get fancy on y'all, you know, like everybody else is doing. Oh, look at it. Look at that face.
Hey, I just need to let you know because the chat was going quick. Dirty and Hammer said to send them the password.
Password is in. It's coming right now, good fellas. Dirty and Hammer is pulling up, man. This is going to be a splendiferous occasion.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, man. Yo, the good guys are united again, man. I need the brothers up in here, man. Listen, the Raider content creation community is the best in football. Mm-hmm. I just want y'all to know that, man. No other team has the level of content creators and knowledge that we have. I'm just letting y'all know that. Okay, wait, what's going on? It's Jay Parker. What the fuck is going on here? I just sent your link to him, yo. Let me stop being a boomer. I am sorry. Let me go back. I just sent that to Hammer too. What the fuck is going on here, guys? Guys, I'm sorry. Yo, Eric, man, could you start talking to the people while I get my act together before these people leave?
Yeah, what's up, man? I'll read some of the chats then. Let me see. Trade Carr to Washington for the first round and Matt. I would not do that. I would not do that. Eric, how about them Dodgers? Hell yeah, man. Hopefully this MLB lockout's out. Let me see.
Listen, I'm just glad steroids are back. It's the only way baseball's watchable. Yo, listen. Yeah, I put up the bat signal, and the MVPs are pulling up, and I appreciate it, man.
We need a better O-line and starts there. Derek has no run game till later in the year and have a decent. Yeah, man. O-line and free agency, that's mine. And then maybe draft like a guard in the later rounds or a tackle just to sit behind.
All right, so we're gonna start with the offense, right? I'm gonna share my screen and pull that up. All right, everybody see that? We have our starting offense. So we got Carr at quarterback. We keep Carr. We keep Jacobs. Keep Renfro in the slot. we cut bait with Brian Edwards in my offseason. Colton Miller's definitely a staple there. Andre James has played great. Richie Incognito is home eating a sandwich. The Hammer,
Yo, what
my
up?
brother, what's up, man?
What's up, Hammer? What's up?
What's going
Sultan,
on?
what's good, brother?
What up, Soda?
Damn, man. All
What's
the
good, what's
legends are
good?
pulling up today, man. Thank
Yeah,
you.
I just woke up a little while ago.
Yeah,
Darren
same
Waller. We keep Darren Waller.
Mm-hmm.
Parker, we slam him through a table like fucking the Dudley boys. And he should never, ever be allowed in the Raiders uniform again. Brandon
It'll-
Parker is the worst right tackle in the history of football.
No. That's a toss up between him and Eric Flowers.
Hey, so
You know, Eric
Hey,
Flowers
so-
is better than him.
somebody brought up the fact that because I was high on Jermaine Ifedi, but he's more of a zone guy than a power guy. So who do you guys think is out there in the free market that's more of a power right tackle?
I'm more of an Ifedi guy. I'm an Ifedi guy. I'm gonna be honest with you. I like Ifedi. Ifedi's big. He's strong. He's young.
Yeah, because they were saying he was more like a zone guy instead of a power guy. You know what I mean? Because we're running a power offensive line.
I
Yeah.
think Ifedi's got the frame and he's young. Yo,
Yeah.
Raider Goon, ticket holder, man. Thank you for subbing. Welcome to the family, man. And like I said before, man, tell a friend to tell a friend and pay that tab, brother. Hit that thumbs up. So, fellas, we going through this roster right on Pro Football Focus. Shout out to them. I'm reconstructing what our perfect team would look like in a perfect world and how we would replace the guys we're going to replace. So I'm going over everybody we're keeping. Keeping Renfro, we're keeping Carr, we're keeping Jacobs, we're keeping Waller, we're keeping James. They got Denzel Good starting. You know, we got to keep Alex Leatherwood. He's got to stay there, and we got to get him to grow, right? Zay Jones, either special teams or see you later. Brian Edwards, practice squad, see you later, you're bum, right? So now in my perfect offseason, what happens is Morgan Moses moves to the right tackle. We go in the scrap heap. We get a cost-effective guard. Andrew Norwell will not be cost-effective. Brandon Sheriff might be cost-effective. I seriously doubt that. So we're gonna have to comb through, get a veteran guard. That'll help
What about
everybody.
Mark Lewinsky from Indianapolis Colts?
Mark Lewinsky, perfect kind of guy, right? Smart guy, solid player, and he's gonna help Andre James because you need a veteran next to you. And then conversely, you know, bringing in Morgan Moses, that'll help out Alex Leatherwood. Hopefully, the Patriots, you know, with it, I keep calling Patriots, they're Raiders now. I'm sorry, guys, Freudian slip. Hopefully, we'll keep these guys in here.
Yeah.
But so boom, the wide receiver problem. In my perfect draft, first round pick, Treylon Burks, our ex. Boom. Then we go out on a free agent market and we go get Brandon Cooks, put him on the other side, keep Hunter in the slot. That is our offense. Thank you, bitches.
Damn, somebody else likes my thought process on Brandon Cooks.
Did you,
Wow.
Wait, I kind of zoned out. Did you say Kirk as a wide receiver? Christian
Beer,
Kirk?
putting you in timeout right now. You never zone out when you
Did somebody else actually like my
No, 'cause he's a
vision
slot
and say
receiver, though.
Brandon Cooks?
I said Brandon
Wow.
Cook, not Christian Kirk. Christian Kirk and our boy Treylon Burke.
See, I like when y'all actually listen to me because sometimes my bullshit makes sense.
Bro, I've been calling for the Raiders to get Brandon Cooks for fucking before he even went to the Texans. I've been calling on that.
You want to hear some funny shit though? So I think it was yesterday. It might have been yesterday. And shout out to Raider Scout on this one. He puts Odell Beckham up as a potential grab for us. Did we not just have this conversation on Sunday?
Yes, we did. We did.
So he puts it up, and I messaged him, and I'm like, "Yo, if we're not able to get Devontae Adams, I like the idea of bringing in Odell Beckham, but I also like the idea of bringing in Brandon Cooks." And I gave the numbers and everything, bro. He fucking responded back to that shit. If I could find this, I'm like, I just couldn't stop laughing. I was like, I mentioned it yesterday. He's like, Cooks is who I want. I'm like, yo, the fuck? Now everybody wants to listen to me. I'm starting to feel a little special.
Look, Hammer, I will say this, man. You are a gentleman and a scholar, but the great wasted has been one at Brandon Cooks. I've been a Brandon Cooks fan, bro. I heard you say it, but we say a lot of the same shit. You know what I'm saying? So What I'm gonna say is great minds think alike.
I like when I'm on the same page as people because that shit just sounds so much better when it's multiple people, multiple minds on the same fucking page.
Raider Casper said, I don't know if I can show this in the chat.
Bro, you can show whatever you want.
You know what? I'm gonna show it, goddammit. Listen, we gonna get faded in the next rated. Yo, Raider Casper, you a fool. I am about to start this when it come back because I love the thought presser. Raider Casper, I was calling for Brandon Cooks the second he shot out of his daddy dick.
Oh
Now
my
what?
God, I'm
Hey,
fucking
Raider
done.
Casper, yo, pause forever. Listen, somebody take a picture of this shit. I'm gonna make a mural of the Pause
was
Hall
good.
of Fame. Listen, on this show, we are gonna keep stats on the pause worthy shit. We're gonna start a Pause Hall of Fame.
That right there is the fucking probably the GOAT comment of the fucking day, man. Like, what
Raider
the
Casper, we're
fuck?
putting a star. We're putting a star by your name, Raider Casper. Thank you for bringing
That's
the heat
some
as
funny
usual,
shit.
bro. Motherfucker sound like I heard it in my mind. I heard it like Homeboy and fucking Coming to America and shit. That's how I heard it. Rockin' Montana.
I am loving this angle right now with this camera, yo. Like, you could actually see me. Like,
Yeah,
wow.
man. Yo, and all your splendor too, man.
I just
All your
fucking all I
splendor.
did was because I figured that there was a way with this camera because it has like a weird mount on it. I was like, there's got to be a way that has a screw on this shit where I could put it on the tripod. I fucking yanked this shit off. I don't know if y'all can see it, but there's
Yes.
actually there is a screw onto this damn thing, so it's on the fucking tripod
Is that
now.
the 22, the C922?
Oh, this is a screw. You got it.
You got the C922, right?
Nah, this is the Brio, the 4K one.
Oh, we upgrading? Okay.
I upgraded like before Christmas, I think. The C9 22 is in a bag right now.
For
Hold
sure.
on, I just saw somebody's comment on here. Only one. Cook's got Patriot history, great option hammer. That's exactly that was another reason that I've talked about Cooks over these last few days. So he has a relationship with McDaniels. He played for the Patriots for a short period of time, but the numbers also stand out tremendously. For every year but 2 in the league, he has been 1,000-yard receiver and no less than 5 touchdown receptions in a year. Like,
Yes.
you can't go wrong with that, man. And I was watching you when you first started Wasted. I heard you talking about Carr and potentially, I don't know if I want to say moving on from him after 2 years or whatever, but people fail to mention, and I've noticed this tremendously now that we're sitting here having this conversation. I didn't hear a single person talking this shit about Matthew Stafford. And I know it's somewhat of a comparison of apples to oranges in regards to how consistent Matthew Stafford's numbers have been throughout his career. But 13 years in the league, he's been in the league longer than Carr and has only just got his first playoff win this year.
Yeah, he's been in the playoffs more. But the thing
He was in
about
the playoffs,
he was in the playoffs with the Lions.
Like, 3.
Yeah, and but bro, see, this is the thing, Hammer. It's a difference, and I don't like when people make this juxtaposition, right? Because Derek Carr plays for the Raiders,
right?
That means something, bro. Matthew Stafford is playing for the fucking Detroit Lions. They've never won anything. Mm-hmm. We are the motherfucking Raiders. We are supposed to win. We the Raiders, bro. You know what I mean? And like, listen, that shit means something. Because we remember when it meant something, and it needs to mean something immediately. That's the difference, bro. The Lions are not there. They've never won. They ain't won shit since the 50s, bro.
This was the conversation we had on Sunday in regards to, and the title spoke for itself, a new era in Las Vegas, a new era for the Raiders. This new coaching staff, this new front office. When was the last time we had an assistant GM? Oh, wait, we haven't.
Yep. So we're a real football team now.
Yeah, the way that everything is lined up right now, like it looks like we can be a solidified team and a solidified contender for years to come. Now, I know I don't want to go on with this comparison between him and Stafford, but again, Stafford never had legitimate weapons around him. And I'm not talking about Megatron. I'm talking about everything else, offense and defense, a run game and offensive line, everything. Never had that shit until this year.
Bro. I would beg to differ, bro.
You don't think he had everything in like he has everything in place now?
I don't want to look. I don't want to get into it about about Matthew Stafford. Matthew Stafford played with one of the greatest wide receivers of all time for 6 years.
But that's all he had. That's what I'm saying.
True. That's not true because you had Nate Burleson there. Nate Burleson was a serviceable. You had a lot of second bananas there that was serviceable players. He had Kenny Golladay. He had guys. You know, you had fucking Javed Best before he became a concussion case. He's had some pretty decent running backs. The cupboards weren't that bare. Brandon Pettigrew had a few good years under him. So the cupboards weren't completely bare. Let's just be for real. And just by virtue of the fact that he played with one of the greatest receivers of all time for a good part of his career means something. But guys, I want to kind of steer this back to the Raiders, right?
Yeah, now, so I had a question for you guys real quick. So with McDaniels, right, and how he won the Super Bowl with 3 slot receivers and an X receiver, what do you think about obviously we got Renfro, getting Christian Kirk and another slot receiver, and then we get our 1 X receiver?
This is why we're talking about for a slot potentially maybe is bringing in Brandon Cooks as the opposite slot to Renfro. This is why we've talked about
Marvin Jones. Yep.
This is why we've talked about getting a wideout in potentially. We know it's not a guarantee at this point. Devontae Adams, and if not, we've now recently been talking about a 1B option because everybody is on the Allen Robinson train. We went 1B with Odell Beckham Jr. Having guys like that, and we know the system that McDaniels likes to run in regards of a 2 tight end set majority of the time. He loves his guys in the slot. He likes they're pretty much the primary receivers at times, and then running a 2 running back, a 2-headed monster in the backfield, whether it be in pro gun, offset pistols. But that type of stuff is the stuff that we're going to be seeing a lot of now with this new offense, and the stuff will work with the right guys. And right now, we have a decent amount of the right guys, but we still have little pieces here and there that we need to fill to continue to be successful.
Look, my thing is that the only way that the Raiders can, and see, we got to think about this from a bird's eye view, right? The only way the Raiders can build a championship roster is to have as little high ticket players on the roster as possible that are productive. Yeah. You got to get those steals in there. So the way that you get a high market value guy, like say for instance, that's on a level of a Devontae Adams looking in the future, is to draft him in the first round. And that is why I would be prioritizing a wide receiver in the first round this year, because you have some guys there that have that kind of level of talent that'll be on rookie deals that can grow. So just in case you got to pay Carr, can't say he don't have no weapons. If you got to pay Cooks, you can pay Cooks. He doesn't get paid premium money. You can pay Cooks $12 million, right? So now you got a fucking Pro Bowl wide receiver as your second banana possibly in a few years. Your first banana this year, your second banana. Then you go out, you pay Hunter Renfro at that level. So now Carr is set. He has weapons, right? Then you go out here and you go in the second and the third round and you address the interior line. And that's what I wanted to get into, right? So going into next year, we have a lot of question marks on the defensive end of the ball. Michael Guerrero is blocked from Hammer's show. And listen, all the Raider content creators, please block Michael Guerrero because he needs to be blocked.
Wait, he's what? I never blocked you.
Everybody block him. He's a terrible person. No, I'm kidding around.
No, I definitely, if I'm gonna have to look back, but I'm almost 1,000% certain that I never blocked you. I'll look into that a little later because I think we will be doing Talk That Shit Tuesday later. Since my little bro is on right now, I think I'm gonna push it to maybe 9 o'clock. I don't know yet. We'll see, but Talk That Shit Tuesday ain't going away. So,
look, no, of course not, brother. Of course not. But
fucking wasted.
My bad, bro. My bad. And yo, Hammer, just we'll talk about this later. I'm sorry, bro.
No, we ain't talking about shit because I just I heard you earlier too. Like, oh, I'm like, dude, you're at 1,500. Cut your shit, bro. You have fucking grown significantly in less than a fucking month. I don't want to hear you talk any type of shit right now.
I just want to say something to you before you say anything. Pause.
Can I say something? Can I say something? Can I say something?
Pause. No, but listen. We got Casey Hayward will be gone. Jefferson, we don't know. Hankins is gone. Ngakoue will be here. Diablo will be here. Perryman will be here. Wright will be gone. Abram is a question mark. Mullen is a question mark. Mooring is somebody you can hang your hat on, right? So right now, what are we doing draft wise to shore this up. So for my plan,
Draft wise, okay.
third round, second round, defensive tackles. Boom. You get your 3 techniques.
I agree.
Those guard.
So you want to hear some crazy shit? That was we were on the way to the funeral this morning, and I learned some new crazy trick on in the car where I can mirror my screen. So I was watching NFL in the morning, and they had the mock draft running across the bottom of the screen. Guess who they have us now projected to draft in the first round?
Who?
Tyler Linderbaum.
No. What position are we talking about right now?
Defensive tackle.
Davis out of Georgia at 22 for us.
Bro, I would not be happy about that. He looks like a Greek god. He looks like Tarzan. He's gonna play like Jane in the NFL.
Oh shit.
There's something that I've been watching the tape on this guy. He is a big, tall mountain of a man. Make no mistake about it. You know what I mean? And I don't mean to be all loquacious like Stephen A. Smith. Make no mistake about it.
Damn, you just used one of his big ass words too. Jesus Christ.
The very similitude. No, but listen, the thing is that he doesn't get low enough, and he does not have a good motor, and you cannot coach that into somebody. To me, he's one of these guys that'll come into the league, play well for a year or two, get paid, and fall off the face of the earth like Albert Hainsworth or like Darryl Russell. It just reminds me too much of those kind of guys. And the fact that he can't get his pad level low enough, he might be getting dominated at a point of attack. So like I told y'all yesterday, man, my guy at nose tackle that you can get a lot lower, you got a bargain basement shop. Like, do you buy one pair of sneakers or do you buy a pair of sneakers and the whole outfit? We can buy a pair of sneakers and the whole outfit if we go wide receiver, round 1. Round 2, you go get Travis Jones. Round 3, you go get my man from Texas A&M, Perion Winfrey. I forget how to pronounce his name. Then the rest of the draft, you load up on best player available from there. Because now you know from now for the next 5 years, your interior line is set. And then you can keep a Jefferson. You could keep a Darius Philon. And you can move them in and out with all of them different kind of formations because those guys aren't going to raise a whole lot of hell contract-wise.
Knock Andrew and Mike Guerrero, neither one of you are blocked right now. I'm looking at my shit. Neither one of y'all are blocked. So yeah.
Block them now. Thank you. Yo, down from the east. Block them right now. Put them in timeout for 3 weeks, damn it. Coach Raider.
I've only had to put one person under suspension since I've been doing this, and that was God. Because one time he came on high as a motherfucker saying some reckless shit, so I had to put him in timeout for like a week.
No, yeah, he got on my show, I think, and he was all drunk and shit. I had to kick his ass out too, bro. But it's all good now. But
yeah. By the way,
Hammer. Panthers rule says, "Oh no, my well wishes to whoever passed away, man."
It was my grandfather. I appreciate you guys, and I definitely appreciate the prayers and everything that I got over the last few days, especially the second I said I was canceling Fan Friday. Everybody blew up the DMs. Everybody blew up the comment section on YouTube and community posts. I definitely appreciate each and every single one of y'all. It's much love. Like I always tell you guys, you are my second family. I love you guys to death. Thank you so much for the support, man. It really meant a lot. And by the way, I woke up this morning. We are 89 subs away from 2K, y'all.
Yo, congratulations. Yo, listen, y'all, break them thumbs, like Hammer says. You know what I mean? Listen, when you're on Wasted Talent, Raider Nation Unlimited, what we do is we pay the tab. You know what I'm saying? So cheers to everybody in the chat. Y'all pay that bar tab. Subscribe to Hammer's channel. We're going to put the link in the chat. And when we drop it, I'm going to let y'all know. Yo, I want to just say something right there. Panthers rule. Bro, I appreciate you coming and pulling up on a Raider Nation podcast and watching me, man. Like, for real, because you always are in here, bro. And I just want to everybody in the chat, put a 1 in the chat if Panthers rule should just come over to the dark side, man. Panthers, come over to the dark side.
Hey, we converted one.
Yeah, Raphael.
Yeah, that's true.
Throw your flag down, man. Come join the Raider Nation, man. We have cookies. Thank you. Everybody,
he said we got cookies.
Hey, so Panthers secondary coach Jason Simmons is leaving for show. with the Raiders to be the secondary coach over here.
Okay. I mean, good, man. Listen, all these positional coaches, bro, I can't break the minutia down to whether how good they are, the lack of skill, or the, you know, to me, we will see that shit. We're gonna show and prove. Panthers rule. Listen, man. Listen, we trying to recruit you into the nation.
Come to the dark side.
Come to the dark side, baby. Yo, a legend has showed up in the chat. My brother Kenan Hotep, man. I appreciate you, man. This is one of my tight homeboys, man. Like, I appreciate you coming through, brother. And subscribe to his channel too. We're gonna put all the links in here. Quentin Booker, Cedric the Entertainer, aka with him, Sims. Can we get Deontay Jackson over here? No, he costs too much. You're messing my plan up, Quentin Booker. I'm telling you right now, we don't want any big ticket free agents during the Raider Equinox. We want value at draft day, and we want value in free agency only, so we can make moves when we have $153 million. Bill Gates, following the steps of McDaniels, Panthers rule. That's right. Come to the dark side. Papa T, who do you think we'll draft at 22? Will it be someone we expect? Most likely no. Because, listen, I have some information here that is very, very telling on the draft strategy of these guys. Now, I know these are not the Patriots. Please don't kill me and say, oh, they're not the Patriots. That's Bill Belichick. Let me tell you something, man. Bill Belichick wiped these dudes' noses. But since 2012, the Patriots have only drafted 10 offensive players, and 3 of them were O-linemen, and 2 in the 3rd round, and 7 were like fucking throw-ins. So the Patriots normally draft in the trenches. You know what I'm saying? I can see that's where you get the most value is when you draft in the trenches. So, fellas, that was my roster right there. That's what I would do with the Raiders, right? We would go and address all of this shit in free agency. I didn't really want, because I don't want to be too long-winded because you guys are here.
Pause.
What do you guys have? Pause, super pause. I'm going to bring the offense back up, fellas. I want y'all to walk me through your plan for the offense this year.
You're gonna make me zoom in on my fucking laptop right now. Hold
on. Listen, I'm a fucking boomer, bro. I don't know how to do this shit, bro.
Nah, like I'm gonna.
Yeah, you just gotta full screen it. I can see it now.
I'm a full screen it. Let's full screen.
I'm still gotta zoom in. I got my contacts in and can't see shit.
Listen,
right now.
I wanted the people to see your ugly faces.
So nobody needs to see me. I'm not worth looking at. I keep telling y'all that all the fucking time. I'm not worth looking at. Fuck that shit. I'm over here killing.
Hey, Bill Gates, I gotta look that up, bro. I think they did trade up for Barrymore.
All right, so Miller Incognito's gone. We know that. I'm just gonna fill that in and say Andrew Norwell if we're lucky enough. Andre James, Denzel, no. Fucking Leatherwood will be at right guard. Actually, no. Good will be at left guard for the time being, unless we if we're able to get somebody in free agency. Leatherwood will be at right guard, right tackle. It's Parker for now, but his ass is going to be gone.
Yeah, I think Brandon Parker got a job at Target bagging groceries.
I don't know if Jones is necessarily going to be a starter anymore. Like, he might be a serviceable off the bench type of guy. Jacobs, I know we're still unsure about Drake. People are like, oh, he'll be back or he might not be back. I don't know where to go with that one. You know, Peyton Barber's gone now. He is officially a free agent.
I hope he never comes back.
Yeah, he's officially a free agent.
Peyton Bummer.
Fucking shit the bed, man. If I was one of his teammates where he fucking went out of bounds with that ball, I would have fucking drop kicked him in front of everybody. I wouldn't have cared.
Bro, I would have shooting star pressed him.
Like, you're a fucking jackass.
I try to think of every violent fucking wrestling move to what I would want.
Curb stomp. That's it. That's all you need. A good curb stomp. I like what I'm seeing right now, but again, some of those spots are going to end up being fixed via free agency, via the draft as well. I know people are in the chat talking about the receivers. People are high on Drake London. I'm another person that likes Drake London, but I like the kid Burks as well. It's not much. There's going to be some changes around on that offense, most definitely, especially that offensive line. That shit needs to be retooled. Like, we saw what happened last year when Gruden fucking blew up the entire offensive line and decided to focus solely on the defense, forgetting without no line, if your O-line don't work, your offense don't work. So
Yeah, but he didn't
Yeah.
blow it up though. I think that's an unfair assessment because
he did it to save. He did it to clean up cap space. I get that.
No, but Rodney Hudson asked to go to another team.
Yeah,
Rodney
that was
Hudson asked for that.
after. Wasn't that after? Oh my God, why can't I remember his name right now? Didn't Hudson go first and then Jackson went?
Yeah, it gave Jackson his ass.
But I think Jackson was the one that I thought Jackson was the one that wanted out because Hudson was gone.
Yeah, whatever he was gonna get cut anyway. The cap hit was too hard, and he was terrible. He was terrible. The last 2 years Gabe Jackson's been with the Raiders, Gabe Jackson was terrible. He was terrible for the fucking Seahawks too. So fuck him and good riddance.
All right, so you want to hear what I'll do with the offense right here,
Yes,
real
I do.
quick?
Yes, I do,
For sure.
sir.
All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go with Christian Kirk, Renfro, and DJ Chark, Miller. I'm looking at that guy. I'm looking at that guy from Indianapolis for incognito spot. I'm looking at Andre James, Leatherwood, and I'm looking at Jermaine Ifedi, right tackle. DC. I'm looking at Leonard Fournette. Hopefully he's a free agent this year. Hopefully that happens, but I don't know if it will. Waller, and I already said the third receiver. So yeah, that's what I would do.
Wait, did you just say Fournette?
Yeah.
Hold
You
up.
might be asking for a bit.
All right,
much,
let me
bro.
go here. Let me go here real quick.
all right.
I'm gonna shove Norwell. Hopefully, we could get Norwell. I'm a Morgan Moses type of guy, so Parker could kick rocks. As far as Christian Kirk, I'll go Christian Kirk, and then I'll go Drake London at 22. I'm a big Drake London fan, and I think
I'm a big Drake London guy too,
yeah,
bro.
yeah, he, people tend to forget that he's what I compare. I don't like comparing him to Brian Edwards, but he's way better than Brian Edwards. Let me tell you, and he's gonna be better than Brian Edwards in the league. But yeah, Drake London, he led colleges in most contested catches. Man, the guy could go get it, and he's great after run after catch. So that's great under the system.
Bro,
As
Brian
far as running back,
Edwards,
I'll keep everybody.
bro, Brian Edwards couldn't even fucking wash Drake London's shoes. Brian Edwards really should go join Brandon Parker and go get a job stocking carts at Target. I hate Brian Parker.
Let's be real. Eric wants Drake
Brian
London because Eric is a SoCal guy. Let's
Bro,
be real
he's
here.
still good though. He's hella
Yeah,
good,
but
bro.
you're not
Come on,
denying
man.
that either.
Yeah.
Yo,
No, I get
son,
that. Yeah, I am a USC guy.
son, that sounded super, super moist. Relax.
Whoa.
You gotta relax, brother. You have to relax,
Pause,
yo.
pause,
I hate that
pause.
word. That
Wait,
word
hold on, man.
Angry man, what you doing here? Man, sit your ass down.
Come on with that shit, bro. He said he's so good. Like, nah, but on the real though, yo, like kind of getting serious, right? So that's what I think the plan is, because listen, the Super Bowl window is will open and close based off of what Derek Carr does.
Yep.
Because the only way you win in today's league is if you win with your quarterback before he gets paid. We already got a guy that's been paid. And that's a part of the reason why a lot of people are not anti-Carr, but people are like, a lot of people are pretty flexible with this shit. Everybody's like, you know what? Hey, maybe we might get rid of him. You know what I mean? Like, yo, listen, one of the things that drew me into listening to Docs and Hammer is that they are very, very, like, they're not locked in on one thing. The thing that we're all locked in here is on winning, bro. I just want to win. I want to win. I don't want to watch bad football. I don't want to fly all over the country watching this team like I've done over the last fucking 20 years and go to a game and they fucking lose. Like, seriously, bro. I'm over that shit, bro. Like, so listen, man, whatever we got to do to win, we win. So, yo, all right, listen, guys, we're going to move off of this because I want to keep this shit rolling, y'all. And y'all, like I said, man, as Michael Guerrero would say, he wants you to slap his cheeks, but I want you to pay the tab. Please pay the tab, y'all. Hit that thumbs up and that shit. But dig, right? Yo, shout out to you, Dre, the Mac, or the Mac. I appreciate you, my brother.
The Mac. Oh my God.
All right, so now we got a few things, right? So now what I want to look into is a couple of guys who are under contract in the league who we could possibly see coming to the Raiders. You know what I mean? Because, oh my God, yo, we got another legend, yo. Y'all, We got Sinbad pulling up on us, y'all. Appreciate you,
Oh,
brother.
shit, good, Dirty.
What up,
Good,
Dirty?
man.
Yo, he is
What's
not
good?
as high. Yo, he is not as high yellow as Sinbad, bro.
Yo, listen, man. That's Eric from fucking Coming to America, man. We still snapping on each other from last night, motherfucker.
Yo, y'all were wilding. I opened this shit up for like 3 minutes last night, and y'all were fucking off the rails last night.
Yeah, it was wasted
That little
unhinged.
roasting session and shit.
That's what happens in the basement.
Dirty speaking.
Hey y'all, look, I gotta copy this link. I'm fucking up. Every time I try to copy the fucking link in the chat to share it, it keeps fucking up.
Damn, man.
Yo, leave me alone, bro.
OG Face says so glow dirty.
So glow dirty.
Yo, Sultan, I really am hating you right now, dude.
Why? What's up?
That fucking hat I was looking to get, and the shit is fucking sold out in my size everywhere. Like,
Damn.
that shit is.
Well, I got
fucking
a snap.
fire.
I got a
Listen.
snapback though.
Listen, y'all.
See, I only do fitteds.
Yo, we got a man that needs no introduction.
Uh-oh.
The great Raid from Raid the Tape.
What's good with y'all, man?
What's good, Raid?
What up, Ray?
What's good with it? What's good with it? What's the topic of discussion?
Man, we done unpacked a whole lot, man. Now it's like a fucking AA meeting in this bitch. So look, what we were talking about was, what your ideal offseason is for the Raiders, how they're gonna move forward. Because as I pointed out at the beginning of the show, the Super Bowl window opens and closes based off of when you pay a quarterback. If you gotta pay Derek Carr $45 million, the Super Bowl window effectively ends. We have the nucleus of our team all on fucking contracts that are advantageous to the team this year. And then the next year, they're going to have $153 million in cap space, which sounds great. They got to pay everybody. So what I was saying was, for us to move forward, we have to have a quarterback in waiting, or Derek has to fucking take a haircut. Hammer dropped out. You know what I'm saying? But it's all good. So, like, yo, what say you, bro? Like, what would be your whole focus about dealing with Carr, his contract, and moving the team forward within the next few years so we can win?
Man, y'all know I like Carr, man. So whatever we got to do to lock Carr in, I'm for it as long as it's not too expensive. My thing is, I haven't really looked into it too much, but my thing is how can we have like division rivals like the Chiefs able to sign their quarterback, have a Chandler Jones at defensive tackle, have a Frank Clark, have a Tyrann Mathieu, have Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce, go get Brown at left tackle, go have Joe Thuney at guard, and we always worried about we can't have two stars on the team. So I don't think we should be too worried about it. If we have a good front management, we should be able to lock these guys in. Everybody that we want, like Crosby, Renfro, Carr, we should be able to definitely lock these guys in if we have the front management that we think we have.
See, Ray, the reason why we are worried in that way is because of this man right here, John Gruden, and Reggie McKenzie too. Look at these first rounders, bro. Now, see, if all of these guys, if you say, for instance, you didn't hit on all of them, say, for instance, you hit on 5 or 6 of them, right? Or 4 of them. And they're guys that you can depend on. They are lockdown starters, possible Pro Bowlers. You're not having this conversation. The problem with us is that the Chiefs, they hit on their picks and they have them playing well while they're young. And then they pay the 4 or 5 guys they got to pay. And then once they can't pay them anymore, i.e. the Honey Badger will not be a Chief unless he takes a haircut. Chris Jones will not be a Chief unless he takes a haircut. Frank Clark will not be on the Chiefs next year. Like, so now you're going to start to see, because this was happening while Patrick Mahomes wasn't making money. So that's the thing. Derek Carr is already in a situation where he is already an established 10-year damn near quarterback. It's not the same as Patrick Mahomes making his ascension up the league and winning a Super Bowl within that duration of him not getting paid. So it's going to be harder for the Raiders to accomplish that than other teams. That's why some teams get rid of quarterbacks a year or two early, so they can rebuild and kind of rebuild the nucleus of the team. Now, I don't want them to get rid of Derek, but what I said earlier in this episode is that, yo, Derek got to take a haircut. He says he wants to win. He got to prove that to us. If you want to win, you got to take a haircut, homie. That's just the name of the game, bro.
But how much of deal do you expect Carr to take? You know what I mean? It's
Bro,
not like
whatever Brady used to do.
the thing is, it's hard to say that because you got to do right by Carr for him to take a pay cut, which I'm not saying he shouldn't take a pay cut, but it's not like we're sitting here having the best organization and the best surroundings for him. It's not like we're sitting here setting him up for success or anything.
So
Will he
I
take a
would
pay cut? I think he will, just because he's already got paid. You know what I mean? He already got money now. He got that first contract. People act like when he came in the league, he was on a first round contract. Now he was on a second round contract, and he wasn't getting paid like that. You know what I mean? So then
what
when
do you
he
think his
did get
next
that first
contract
contract,
is?
now he got money.
Yo, the
What
number
is
one
his
car
next?
hater in the chat is R Vega. He said, "Hell to the no, let Carr walk and call Tom Brady in." I'm sorry, guys. Go ahead.
You're gonna need to get a whole lot of weapons too.
I don't associate with. So let me ask you this: what does Carr's next contract look like?
Man, I don't know. I mean, a wide gauge would be like 30 to 40.
Listen,
30
the only
40,
sane man in the chat is SBG right here. Those are the numbers. That was exactly what I have written down. 25 to 28 million dollars. Thank you very much, SBG.
So the way you look at it is, so you give him 25 to 28 a year for what, over the next 4 or 5 years? Is that kind of what you're looking at?
Me, 30 million is a hometown discount too.
Yeah,
Around
30
there.
million is a discount. That is a discount.
That's like a $10
So-
million
Right
discount.
now, right now, honestly, it's hard to say because it's just you could throw just random numbers out there. Honestly, you just seen 25 to 28. We talking about it's looking like 35, and you see how wide of a range that is. But really, his market is probably 40. How much is Kirk Cousins, Jimmy Garoppolo been getting paid this year and last year compared
Dak
to Carr? You know what I mean?
Fucking
So
Dak Prescott's getting $43
Dak
million.
Prescott, perfect example. You see what these guys are
I
making.
think
Right?
DC
So,
does that deal. So I feel like DC will take the 28, you know what I mean, the 25 to 28, as long as you give him all what he deserves and his signing bonus. You know what I mean? Give him that shit up front. You know, give him his sign everything. Like say he technically is worth 35. So for those 5 years, you know what I mean? That 7 that he took off the top for y'all to get that discount, give him that in the signing bonus. Doesn't count against the contract. He's good. The team still got money to play with.
Wait a minute.
well, we got him for 19 this year. I think that's we have to understand that we could push money out, you know what I mean, into the following years as well. But we do have him for 19 this year.
Yeah, I
We
think
have
30.
another-
I think 30 would be the best range. I think 30 mil. I think will be good. You know what I mean?
Listen, guys, check this comment by Full Metal 6, man. This is really my sentiment exactly. The whole David Carr rant was about, you know, gripping up, no commitment. I don't know what he meant by that, but to Derek, he'll want things if he takes a pay cut. Listen, my thing is that great. Hopefully they fulfill what he wants. But you know what I'm saying? There's got to be a conversation that's had. Like, all right, Derek, listen, what do you want us to go out there and do? We're going to get you cooks. We're going to get you some more linemen. We want you this, that. You know, first round, we're going to take one of these receivers if they're on the board. It's 3 guys. You got to have 3 guys because all 3 of them, chances are, going to be gone. And if you can pitch Derek on that, God damn it, why not, man? That's the way I'm looking at it.
So what's the other scenario? Get rid of Carr and do is that the so for me it's kind of like
no, that's not my scenario. My scenario would be to let Derek play this year out because they still have control over Derek, and then go into this draft a young guy that in like the 3rd or 4th round, see if you can develop him, i.e. the way Davis Mills was developed, and then if you can't, then next year you draft a quarterback and maybe you franchise Derek.
You think Carr on his last year of this contract would go out there and just play just for that 19 and walk free?
If they give him the pieces he's asking for, I think he does.
Yeah.
I think he plays out the contract he's on if he gets the pieces he wants.
Derek is going to say, hey, man, I just want to win, man. That's all I want to do is win, man. You know, like if you saying that, then that's what the fuck's up. Like I have no problem with him extending Derek as long as they don't give him a fucking 5 or 6 year deal and give him $100-something million. And it's a huge hit against the cap because listen, guys, what we're not looking into is the fact that Max Crosby is going to get the bag. You got to keep Max. You got to have a quarterback. You got to have a pass rush, right? So then Hunter Renfrow is going to have to get paid. Like, look at all these pieces. Josh, he can walk. I'm not really concerned about paying Josh, to be quite honest with you. Then it's going to be time to pay Darren Waller. Then it'll be, and listen, quite honestly, and I know y'all are going to rip me for this. Darren, listen, if Darren gets in the last year of his contract, I would trade Darren Waller. He can walk too, man.
I've been saying that, man.
Yeah,
I've been saying that since the beginning, since like halfway through last season, man. Get rid of Waller, but I mean, when it comes to signing everybody, I'll put it this way: say we get rid of Carr, whatever the scenario is. I'm not really here for the whole Carr debate, right?
Yeah,
but it's say we get rid of Carr. You pay Max Crosby. What would be the difference between us signing Khalil Mack and getting rid of Carr a long time ago? I mean, what would be the difference between us and the Bears?
See, the difference is what's going on in Carr's career. At that point, Derek was a lot younger. You know what I mean?
No, I'm not really saying so much compared to us, but what would be from the past? I'm saying, like, what would be the difference between us paying a pass rusher like the Bears did? And
the Bears had to give up draft
capital, paying Max Crosby, and then getting rid of Carr. You see what I'm saying?
He's a homegrown guy. I'm not saying you got to get rid of Carr to pay Max though either, but he's a homegrown guy that you didn't have to give up any draft capital for. The Bears, what made it egregious was that not only did they have to give up a king's ransom in draft capital, they also had to pay him. So that sets your organization back so far, and that's the thing. That's why when you have a homegrown guy like a Max Crosby, you got to lock him up. You don't want to play the semantics game to where you have to go out and now find that guy, because them guys don't just walk through the door unless you have somebody in waiting, like say for instance Malcolm Kuntz develops. Say for instance they draft a guy this year that develops and they like, you know what, we good, like how the Patriots did with Judon and all of them guys. That's different when they let Chandler Jones walk out the door. But a lot of people get rid of these guys and then they start complaining that they don't have them the same way John Gruden did when he was talking about Khalil Mack. Like, hey man, you know, it's hard to get a pass rusher, man. We need a pass rush. It's like, dumbass, you let the pass rush walk out the door. You didn't even call the guy. You disrespected him, trying to show that you're the alpha because you got a fucking ego, being a jerk off. That guy, let me tell you something, man. Not only is his NFL career ruined, his stock in Raider Nation, for me, is ruined with me. John Gruden can eat a dick. Fuck that guy.
Look, so I mean, I guess in a perfect scenario, we would sign Max Crosby, get rid of Carr, and then end up with a quarterback at least good as Carr, or maybe better in a perfect scenario. But it's just interesting how it's just ironic, really. The perfect word would be ironic, to get rid of our quarterback, sign a pass rusher, something that we didn't want to do the first stint. We would do it this stint, and then we'd be on the hunt for a quarterback. Bro, where would we be? And at that point, I just wonder, like, where would we be? You know what I mean? We'd be on the hunt for another quarterback in the worst quarterback draft probably in a long time, right?
Yeah. See, my thing is, I've never proposed that. None of us are. You got to keep Derek. We're not saying you get rid of Derek. What we're saying is you have to either develop a contingency plan or work a contract out that's advantageous to the team. There can't be two things. You have to either have that in place, or, because let me tell you something, bro. They don't have more than 4 years to turn this shit around. Like, listen, I said this a long time ago. Vegas is a transient town, bro. Vegas is not a football town. They're developing a sports culture in Las Vegas. There is too much to do on the West Coast. All of y'all are from the West. You know how it is. It's 70 degrees with a breeze in the fucking wintertime, bro. Nobody's going to sit up there and watch a shitty football team when it's 70 degrees, 80, 100 degrees outside. Nobody's doing that, bro. People are not fucking deranged like we are here on the East. And Oakland, really, if you take Oakland and scooped it up and took the palm trees away from Oakland and transplanted it, Oakland looks like fucking New York and New Jersey. People there have a different mentality. They're grittier, so they'll sit there and they'll watch a bad football team and root for that team and show up every week. In Los Angeles, San Diego, anywhere in California, they are not showing up for a bad football team. I've seen the 49er fan base, which is a joke, fucking the place be empty with a 9-17. They're the biggest front-running jerk-offs I've ever seen in my life. So let me tell you something, man. It is imperative that the Raiders establish a winning culture. The currency of hope will not work anymore, bro. So, like, that's what I'm saying. So, Carr, listen, I am not a proponent of getting rid of Derek Carr unless you have a better option. So it's like, okay, we're gonna get rid of Carr because we're gonna bring in Russell Wilson, and we're gonna trade him for Kyler Murray. I heard some shit like that today. You trade him for Kyler Murray, it's a young guy, he's a star player. Then that's that. We can work with that. I wouldn't want to do that, but if they did that, I would understand that, right? What I'm saying is that they have to, in this offseason, this is the most important offseason in fucking 30 years for the Raiders. I had Mitchell Renz, shout out to Mitchell Renz. He laughed about that. He's like, well, I don't know about 20 years. And I'm like, motherfucker, 20 years goes fast. You just ain't lived long enough to know that. It go fast. And if you don't establish this shit now, this organization is going to be flushed down the toilet because they're going to take it from Mark Davis. He has to win right now. No disrespect to Mitch either. Yo, shout out to Mitch. I appreciate you, brother.
And I made a video about that whole shit about Mark Davis and how he has to win now just the other day. I don't know if you guys seen that, but basically,
definitely go to your channel. I got to put that in there. I'm sorry, brother.
No, yeah, basically, man, I feel like if Mark Davis, but that's a whole nother conversation, though. That's not related to what we talk about. But basically, I feel like if Mark Davis wasn't the owner or somebody related to the Davis family, what would be, what I'm saying, the future of the Raiders as far as the ideology of the Raiders? You know what I'm saying? They'll keep the colors, they'll keep the logo, you know what I mean? But it's more than that, man. What Al Davis gave to us, he gave all of this to us. And I think Mark understands that. He knows his father and he knows what his father loves this team. And so if the NFL came in with another owner, I feel like this shit would change. You know what I mean? I made a video about that shit, but
yeah, it would definitely change, bro. Listen, man. Al said the greatness of the Raiders was in the future.
Yep.
Bro, it's comments like these that kill me right here, man. It's always that 1% and never the 99, right? We'll always end up with the best quarterback of our generation. If we wouldn't end up with like a Daniel
Trubisky
Jones,
or some shit.
What are we Jones or some shit?
Yeah, what are we would have wound up with Mitch Trubisky? What are we to round up with him?
We probably would have, and that's my point. It's like you can't sit here and pick the best quarterback and say we could have had this. Well, yeah, no shit. But you know what we did the last time we drafted a quarterback before Carr? We got Jamarcus Russell. That was with what pick in the draft did we have?
Number 1.
Okay, thank you. So
and that was a weak quarterback draft because the second quarterback in that draft was Brady Quinn, and he was god awful too.
It's just the comments that it's like, oh, we're gonna get Patrick Mahomes. Like, okay, like then what do we have to talk about? Then we have nothing to talk about. If we're gonna get Patrick Mahomes, and that's all it is. You know what I mean?
So, yeah, that ain't gonna happen. I don't know why the fuck he would say that.
It's always the exception to the rule. It's always.
You know what pisses me off about that? Because during that draft, if you guys remember, the 2 quarterbacks that everybody was saying should go where Mitchell Trubisky won it. He's a definite. Mel Kiper Jr. should be fired. He's like, oh, Mitchell Trubisky, he has all the, the height, weight, speed, the size. Mitchell Trubisky, he's definitely your best option. Patrick Mahomes was like a project, and Deshaun Watson, we don't know what he is. So, Mitchell Trubisky, a guy who played 1 year at the University of North Carolina and won shit, should go over Deshaun Watson, which is fucking asinine, right? But then, you really had people who had this motherfucker number 1 on their board. Number 1.
Right, baby boy.
Number 1, bro. And then they go and then, you go and take 2 Hall of Fame quarterbacks lower than him. You know what I mean? So if the Raiders had that number 1 pick, right? Fucking the way John Gruden is, bro. The way John Gruden is, he probably would have fucking picked Mitchell Trubisky knowing that goofy motherfucker.
No, and just to add to that, it always changes, right? The narrative will always change when it comes to the quarterback as time goes on, because just last year, or actually this offseason, when I first started making content, everybody wanted to compare Carr and Stafford. Everybody wanted, it was Carr and Stafford. They were the same thing, blah, blah, blah. And I would make the argument, no, Carr's better, blah, blah, blah. And then, you know what I mean? It would go on. Now that Stafford's in the freaking Super Bowl, you don't get that comparison no more. You won't hear people say that. People that try to talk down on Carr, they won't say Carr and Stafford are the same anymore because Stafford's in the freaking Super Bowl, right?
Well, you can't continue to do that.
So the narrative's always going to change when it comes to the quarterback. Just last year, everybody was talking about how we could have had Kyler Murray. We could have had Kyler Murray if we just got rid of Carr. What is he doing? You want a 5'0" quarterback?
To me, Kyler Murray is one of the most talented.
But that's the thing; it's a revolving door. So every time this comes up, it's going to be like we could have had that quarterback. But it always changes as time goes on because people start to realize, oh, I can't say that quarterback anymore because he's not as good as we thought. Oh, I can't say that quarterback anymore because I used to say Cardinals like him, but now he's on a better team.
Kyler Murray has his weaknesses too. Like just like I point out some of Carr's weaknesses, Kyler Murray has his weaknesses too. And I don't know if I would do that. You know
Kyler Murray's
But
ceiling, we've already seen Kyler Murray's
that
ceiling is higher than Derek Carr's. Like, let's just be for real here.
I can't say that.
Kyler Murray is the best quarterback to ever play high school football in Texas. He was a Heisman Trophy winner at a huge program. His pedigree is different, and Kyler Murray has played at a higher level than Carr has ever played. Right? This year, yeah, they fell off the cliff at the end of the year, but they fell off the cliff into a first-round playoff exit in his third year.
Hey, so, look, Al Bundy rushed for 4 touchdowns in one game in Polk High School, but he ended up selling shoes.
Listen, my nigga, you wash your mouth. That was so. Don't you ever talk about the greatest football player of all time, Al Bundy? 4 touchdowns in one game, Al Bundy. Damn it!
Look, that's the best comment right there. It says Kyler Murray's weakness is that D-Hop is hurt.
Yeah. It's like, well, for those who say that,
angry man, what you doing here? Man, set your ass down.
You got the clip rolling.
I'm finna be on here a while, and boy, why can't he not score in the red zone, bro? How do you go like 5 straight games without throwing a touchdown pass in the red zone? And we always talk about Carr. Go look that stat up, bro. He cannot throw in the red. This man went actually, I think he went the rest of the season without throwing a pass in the red zone.
Okay,
he threw 2 pick six or 2 interceptions in the red zone. I'm like, bro.
Can we talk about coaching? Can we talk about that Cliff
Kingsbury?
We
want to talk about coaching? So he would do better with Rich Bisaccia telling him what to do? Okay. I mean,
Greg Olson.
Bro, listen. What I'm saying to you is that, that year that everybody said we could have Kyler Murray, we definitely could not have gotten Kyler Murray because the Arizona Cardinals would have had to want to trade the number 1 pick for the 2 number 1. So let's not even unpack that. What I'm saying is, if Kyler Murray was on the board and you really had a legitimate chance to draft Kyler Murray, I would have. That's just me.
Most definitely, without a doubt.
So
if
that's
we
what
have
I'm
the
saying.
number 1 pick while we have Derek Carr, that's we obviously we need.
I'm not talking about the number 1 pick.
The last time we had a mobile quarterback, did that shit really work out for us?
Yeah, but see, that's
but he did have the longest running in.
That's a bullshit take. That's a bullshit take, bro. Like, that's not a guy that anybody. He was a fucking supplemental pick, draft pick, bro. Get the fuck out of here. You act like they drafted,
bro. He would have went first-round draft, bro. He would have been a first-round draft pick had he not gotten in trouble, bro.
Yeah,
let's not downplay that Terrell Pryor was probably the number 1 quarterback coming out of college that year, bro.
Yeah, when he was
all the eyes were on him. When
he was a sophomore, and then people got to look at Cam Newton, and that shit stopped. Don't give me that bullshit, bro.
What's crazy? What's crazy is everybody knows my opinion about Carr. I feel like people know about my opinion about Carr. I'm not really that big of a fan, but I feel like Kyler Murray. If you get Kyler Murray, you're not really upgrading at that point because you know what I'm saying. Like Raid said, they both have issues in the red zone. Kyler Murray has issues in the red zone. Carr had issues in the red zone this year. So I don't feel like that's an upgrade as far as, QB position.
Carr's issues
I think I was just being misinterpreted when I was talking about Carr and Murray. It's not so much that it's Murray's bad. It's just that everybody thinks the next best thing, right? That's kind of my point. It's like always this example. But then when that doesn't work, you could always use a different example. And that's what
here's what Kyler Murray did.
Every time you win the argument, they bring up somebody else.
Look, Kyler Murray, I love Kyler Murray, right? As a talent, he's younger than Carr, he's more mobile. But let's just talk about the first 3 years. He's way more talented. So, I'm just saying, if you have a chance to draft that guy, you got to take the swing. That's all I'm saying. You know what I mean? But I'm not trading 2 first-round picks, right? But Kyler Murray this year, 3,787 yards, 24 touchdowns, 10 interceptions, 57% QBR. And, his whole career has really been very, very stellar, to be quite honest with you. But Derek Carr this year played tremendous. He played tremendous. I look, my whole prism of this whole thing is talking about what are we going to do and how we move forward with Derek Carr. Not getting rid of him. But what I'm saying is if that option isn't an option to where you say, okay, for 2 or 3 years, we bringing in Aaron Rodgers. All right, bring in Ron. What are we giving up for him? All right, however he gets here, we're not even going to unpack that, right? If he gets here, we got picks and shit, and we can improve the team, cool, right? If you bring in Russell Wilson, cool. You bring in Kyler, cool. But that's not going to happen. So what I'm saying is that, yo, you have to have a contingency plan. DC, we're going to get you Treylon Burks. We're going to get you Brandon Cooks. We're going to improve the interior offensive line. We're going to get you a veteran right tackle to get Leatherwood dumbass so he stops fucking killing drives. You know, when it comes time for Josh to get his contract, Josh kick rocks. We can get another running back. You're getting paid too much anyway. They drafted you too high. Yo, Darren Waller. Yo, Mike Gesicki's a free agent. Peace. You know what I'm saying? Like that kind of shit. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not one of these guys. I hate whenever you like, and I knew I shouldn't have did this because Derek Carr is Lord Voldemort. He's Lord Voldemort. He is he who shall not be named. He is, man, because anytime you bring his name up, oh my God, Bill Gates, Ray, speak on Carr's turnovers. Yeah, and then that's that too. But what I'm saying is I don't like bringing him up because he's such a polarizing guy. And it all goes away if you do right by him this year and he wins. See, the thing is, the onus is on Derek, though. The thing that I don't like about our fan base who support him wholeheartedly is that everything is not everyone else's fault. Some of the shit, he shares the blame in this too. He's the one that's out there playing. So we got to be objective here. When he does bad, he does bad. When he does good, we give him his flowers. We look back and we contextualize the fact that we have to appreciate the fact that Derek Carr has been the best quarterback we've had here in a very, very long time. And we got to appreciate that guy. But you know what I'm saying? You got to look at it, bro. There is a big fucking, elephant in the room, and here it is. Wait a minute. I'm gonna remove everybody and show that picture up. Or even that man's head coach, bro. 6. Let's just be for real here. So, there's he shares some blame into that too. So like, listen, fellas, man, I don't want to talk about Derek Carr no more, man. I don't want to talk about Derek Carr. Raid, my special guest, the fucking man when it comes down breaking film, you and Andy, bro, y'all are fucking excellent, bro. What do you think about the scheme we're gonna run and the players we got still left over here?
It's going to be interesting. I think with Max Crosby, us knowing that we built this defense to be predominantly 4-3, and now that we get a new defensive scheme, it's going to be interesting how it turns out. I think Malcolm Kuntz is going to be exciting to see what he does this year because when he was in Buffalo, he definitely was multiple. He was able to stand up, put his hand in the dirt, drop back. So I would like to see what he does in his defense. That's what I'm most excited about really going into this year. Diablo as well. I wonder how he's going to work out being that he's really a safety. And if you look at the Giants defense and how they were using Jabril Peppers, moving them around the line of scrimmage, blitzing, being in that A gap, I wonder if we're going to put Abram in that position or we're just going to leave Diablo there, being that he could basically do the same thing Peppers was doing, right? He's probably not as agile as Abram, but he's definitely still fast for a linebacker, tall, he's big. So it's just gonna be interesting to see how this defense is. For me, mainly, that's what I'm looking forward to. As far as the offense, I'm not really that. I just feel like it's kind of going to be the same. Honestly, when it comes as far as the offense, it might be a lot of the same stuff, probably just schemed up a little bit better, being able to adjust faster. But I feel like as far as the offense, it's going to probably be a lot of the same stuff.
Ray, if our offense is the same as it's been, then we hired the wrong people.
No, because honestly, if our offense was just executed right, it would be dope. Honestly, it's just not executed right. The plays just don't go off. Like we're giving end arounds to Zay Jones, man. Like, bro, who does that? Who gives an end around to Zay Jones? You're supposed to give that ball to like like a fast receiver that's going, you know, like a Tyreek Hill, but we giving it to a Zay Jones. And it's like, who drew that up? Who's out here just, you know what I mean? Zay Jones ain't getting 8 yards out of the backfield that quick, you know, so.
Because you don't have Tyreek Hill on the roster no more. You had that in Ruggs, right? So that's another. That's some.
That's
another
bad coaching. That's it. You don't just be like, oh yeah, Ruggs is gone. Let's start Zay Jones. He'll be able to replace that. Like, bro,
he's like 3 steps
whose man
slower.
is this? Who's out here really thinking you could do that? And that's trippy, man. So I think we'll definitely be better on offense, though, man.
See, but
end around tomorrow. Like
the players that we're gonna get this offseason, is no way that they're gonna come in with the same amount of skill position players that they have. They're gonna load the cupboards up. The cupboards will not be bare. And guys, I'm gonna be honest with you. This is a guy that you guys hear on a blog that everyone says is good. If Tyron Johnson was any good, he wouldn't be on the Raiders right now. Like, let's be for real. It's a reason he's not on the field. When people call for Foster Moreau, it's a reason Foster Moreau's not playing, because he don't know the playbook. So listen, man, we need guys like Brandon Cooks. This is what we need. We need guys that we know can play in the National Football League. We just don't need to pay them $30 million to come here. That's why I don't want fucking Devontae Adams, yo.
I want Brandon Cooks and Christian Kirk.
Christian Kirk's too little. You need an X too, though.
But no, I'm saying like, well, DJ Chark, you can go with Chark as well. You know what I mean? Like, because Patriots, they was running in three slot receivers when they won the Super Bowl in 2019. So we already have Renfro, then we get Cooks, and we get Kirk, and then we get an X receiver, and then we're good to go. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, that's what I'm looking at, man. And one other thing is, I'm glad that they have running backs in place, but I think that the Raiders need to go in a scrap heap, and they need to get a running back that's over 230 pounds. They need a bigger guy, man, because a lot of times, you know, they get into 3rd and 1 situations, and Josh Jacobs he's a powerful runner, but he doesn't have the he just doesn't have the frame sometimes to drive the pile. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what you know about King Henry is Derrick Henry can fall forward for 2 yards. It's very rare when that guy gets going that you're going to stop him in short yardage. We need a guy that's a short yardage specialist that'll really help Derrick out a lot, because he's not the kind of quarterback that's going to, you know, do like Kyler Murray and Russell Wilson and do those dive plays and it's going to be successful, because he has a problem fumbling the football. Yo, Ray, they're getting at you. They said, Ray to say, we need breakaway speed. He goes, we need some fucking speed, man. That's probably John Gruden.
Yeah, man. No, most definitely, because he probably knows it. Because I've been saying, you know, with Josh Jacobs, I'm tough on. I'm critical of Josh Jacobs, you could say, because first round running back, like, that's not all around. We didn't draft him to be a catching back, right? He had to develop that. He's also not that fast, so whenever he breaks away, he gets caught from behind. So I'm just critical of Josh Jacobs, man. I expect a lot more out of him, being that he was our first round running back. Like, you don't draft the first round running back unless it's a Najee Harris. Najee Harris can do everything. You know what I mean? But we got Josh Jacobs. I'm like, bro, what? Like, come on, y'all killing me. But he can't break away. But I do like him. I think he's very shifty. He does have power. He's very versatile. He's just not that fast. He's quick, but he's not fast. He just don't have that breakaway speed. And I want a running back that we could give the ball to, and he hits a hole, and boom, that boy gone, like a Chris Johnson type style. You know what I mean? And
so let me ask you a question. Now that we have all these ties to the New York Giants, you know where I'm going with this. If it's on the table, do you make a move to trade Josh Jacobs and a late round pick, straight up for Saquon Barkley?
No, I don't see that.
I'm saying if the Giants were willing to, would you do it?
I wouldn't do it. I'm sorry.
I definitely would.
I couldn't do it.
I definitely a late round pick and Josh Jacobs for Saquon.
Or a late round, like a
6th round pick, 5th.
I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know. Saquon Barkley, so his injury history is just too scary, man. Like every year, it just seems like he just can't stay healthy.
Josh Jacobs is hurt every fucking year. So, yo, like for me, it's like, yo, let me.
Josh Jacobs, you can't really compare that though, man. It's not like week 3.
Josh hasn't missed a complete season. Saquon has missed a complete season. You know what I mean? That injury was substantial to him. You know, it caused him to miss part of this season. Same injury.
Saquon gonna be
So
back.
I
Trust
hope the
and
brother
believe. He's a
does
freak
bounce
of
back.
nature.
But you know, you
I
guys
like
are
him,
talking
but
about
it's too much injuries.
all of this, the running backs, these wide receivers, right? I was over here because I've been looking at a list of names. You know what I mean? So I just had to write them down so we could have a slight discussion about them. You guys can tell me how you feel. So one of the guys that I'm looking at in free agency is Austin Colbert from the LA Rams.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? His projected salary this year is 8.7. You know what I mean, on the open market. I think you can cut a small corner with him here in Vegas. You know what I mean, with the tax dollars being the way that they are and not having to pay out so much. The other guy on my list, and these are all offensive linemen. My other guy is Morgan Moses from the New York Jets, because I feel like we need some blocking up front. If we're gonna have any chance at having a substantial offense, it's got to start up front, right? So I feel like those two players could be great players to sit in on our line that we have now. You know what I mean? Slide in between Colton Miller and Andre James on one side, and then on the outside of Leatherwood on the other side, bro. That could be fabulous. And then the two other names that I was also looking at was a James Daniels, who's projected at a 7.3 this year. You know what I mean? Morgan Moses is projected at 7.6. So all of these can be cut with the front office that we have. Serviceable guys. And the last guy, and this is just a backup guy, is Jermaine Efedai. What do you guys think? Because I feel like
I
our
like
offensive
him.
line needs to be built. You know,
That's the
Jermaine
guy I
Fetty's
want.
is a starter. I like Jermaine Fetty, man, and you could put some weight on him too.
yeah.
He got a nice bend in his hips. He can move. He got good feet. He's a strong young kid too. I like him.
Yeah, because
No,
I'm thinking like, bro, this needs to be addressed, and I don't want to address it in the draft. I want to address it in free agency. These
Yeah.
guys have veteran presence. They're not going to require a whole lot of money, man, and they can get the fucking job done. You know, now if you want to draft a offensive lineman late in the rounds to sit back and to learn, I'm perfectly fine with that. You want to bring a UDFA O-line in that's got some potential, I'm fine with that. But I'm tired of the line that we have. I don't have any faith in Denzel Good. I don't have any faith in John Simpson. I just don't. You know what I mean? I couldn't even tell you who the fucking guard was between Colton Miller and fucking Andre James, because I fucking got so goddamn irritated at watching these assholes play. Like, what the fuck are you doing? You know, so it's just like, bro, we need to address that. And I feel like that should be the main thing that they start looking at when free agency opens, is their protection up front.
Hey, wasted. I gotta bounce real quick. My
Yeah.
grandma wants me to go do some shit.
Peace, man. Peace,
I'm
my
gonna say,
brother.
I'm gonna do the beat show tonight. You want to do that shit with me, or
I'm gonna hit you in the chat. I'm gonna hit you in the
all right,
chat.
for sure.
All right, bro.
Much-
Yeah, but yo, listen, bro. I want to thank all of y'all for pulling up on me, man. Especially you, Ray. I appreciate it. I know you got a lot going on and shit, man. But we held it down till you got here. You brought the heat and the fire and stuff like that. I want to thank everybody in the chat. Yo, everybody, subscribe to Dirty's channel, Eric's channel, my man Ray the Tape, definitely, because he's a monster out here with this shit. You know what I mean?
250 away, pimp. I'm 250 away.
Yeah, so we need to get Dirty monetized, bro. I need to get monetized for watch hours. So y'all, please, after we get off here, just have everybody watch this shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yo, listen, fellas, I'm gonna end this show today because I have to go and do another podcast. So I'm like a pod animal out this motherfucker, man. But yo, much love to y'all.
Where
We
you
will be
headed?
back tomorrow. I'm headed to menoforder.com. I got
That's where you
next.
originally started, right?
Huh?
That's where you originally started, right?
Well, yeah, it's my site. Me and my man Hotep and my partners, we started the site and we started, all of that. So yeah, so I gotta go. I can't bail out on my buddies, man. No,
But
no,
you
that's
got
the original whole team.
where you gonna be, bro. That's your other shit. You gotta.
Oh
put
yeah,
that
nah,
on your channel.
definitely. Nah, definitely. I'm about to do that now. I don't even know if anybody
Don't
want to.
tell us you leaving, bro, and then we scroll through some shit. Oh, he over here.
Oh, I always share it.
Most
man.
definitely. Yeah, yo, I appreciate you having me on, bro.
Hey.
It was fun. Quick little discussion, you know what I mean? Had to pop out real quick. I know we was talking about it for a minute. So I'm glad you had me on.
I gotta get with you, Ray, bro. We gotta do
most
something,
definitely.
bro. We'll have to have you in the basement one time, bro.
Yeah.
I don't know if you up that late, but you got to
Hey.
slide through the basement one time,
Yeah,
bro.
Rage, you gotta definitely listen, bro.
That's
Listen.
that Raider talk after dark shit right
Yeah,
there.
I
Yeah.
got
Yeah, we be bugging, yo.
I'm gonna have to bring my strap if I go down there. y'all wilding up.
Yeah. We on something different after 10 o'clock,
Yeah,
man. We on something different after 10 o'clock.
Most definitely.
Yeah,
All right,
man.
y'all. Well, I appreciate y'all, man. Y'all be smooth now. Y'all be smooth. Catch y'all
Yeah,
later.
bro. Listen, you always welcome on this platform, brother.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
appreciate having you. We got to do some more long form shit and really be a little more formatted the next time, yo. Y'all go over to menoforder.com. I'm gonna be there talking about baseball if y'all want to hear it, man, and subscribe to that channel over there too, because we need it, man. Tell a friend and tell a friend. But yo, like I said before, man, I appreciate y'all, and we out like yesterday, man. Wasted.